What you want?
You're listening to The War Report, a wrestling and relationships podcast with your host, Vince Berry. The War Report is brought to you by TagMeADate.com, where wrestling night is date night. Sign up now, and your first month is free. All right. We are live and in public, if you will, baby, on another Tuesday night. October 6, 2015, another edition. Wait a minute, guys, I gotta ask you something, because I'm bad with dates. We're getting close to the 1 year mark, aren't we?
Somewhere in December, yeah.
Wow, we should do something for that.
An anniversary show.
Yeah, let's do some kind of anniversary show.
We should really try to get a guest for that.
We should probably get Hector as well.
Yeah.
Hector still doesn't have a computer.
Every so often, he likes one of my pictures on Instagram. That's how I know he's still alive. But, again, yes, the War Report brought to you by TagMeADate.com. All new, redesigned, zip code searching, all that good shit.
Have you had a chance to check it out yourself, there, Vince?
I have not, because I think I forgot my password, but I'm gonna try tonight. Remind me tonight.
Because there is a forgot password tab on your homepage, and you can reset your password.
These guys, they have it all figured out.
Put everything, bro.
Oh, man. If you guys didn't have a forgot password function, that would be a shitty website. So good.
That was one of the first things that we did.
So we're no longer the shits.
Like Dan Spivey per Cornette. We were talking before the show started that Jim Cornette went on some rant about Dan Spivey being the shits. I was not privy to this conversation. Those guys, I think, heard it at the Fan Fest.
Vince, December 3rd was our first episode.
December 3rd. Wow, okay. So we got a couple months to plan this out.
Yes.
All right. So, well, I'm looking forward to today, not just... Excuse me, I just burped a little bit. And I know I look like a walking billboard because I have a Krispy Kreme shirt on, and I'm very obviously drinking a Sprite Zero, but I promise you I'm getting no money from these guys.
No Jimmy John's, though.
Right, no Jimmy John's. If I was getting money, my backdrop...
What's on your shorts?
What's on my shorts? Stains. No. Oh, dear. What a way to open the show. Let's go around the room. This is the tag. I'm of course Vince Berry, but this is the TagMeADate.com crew. I'll start with, because again he's in my periphery here to the left every single time. Eric, how are things down in North Carolina?
This big noggin is right in front of you.
I have a 47-inch screen. Your head is so big.
Oh, shit.
Well, I'm all right, doing okay. I thought I had a bit of a knee injury, but the X-rays came back negative, so I'm all good.
What did you do?
I don't know. It's probably something I did at work or something, but I don't remember falling or nailing it with anything or whatever. But
Getting old, kid.
yeah, I'm just almost 36. That's all.
Right? It's falling apart. I feel like that some days. Wake up, shake my bad knee, and feel it out. I'm like, is today worth it? Do I want to get up and try and exercise like that? Oh shit!
But according to the X-ray, I'm all good. So.
Well, that's good. Just try not to do whatever you did again, even though you don't know what it is. That'll be hard to do. Just avoid doing lots of things. Go with that.
Yeah.
All right. Up next here, the MVP, the real MVP of today, because he came up with the spreadsheet idea. He wrote up a lineup and sent it to us on Excel Online, which is a wonderful Microsoft product that I didn't know existed until about 20 minutes ago. Awesome. But it has it's a lot more organized than what I did, which was I had text editor open and I just had topics typed up. That was an inefficient system. So, Ryan, how are you today?
Oh, don't you feel sour? we got...
God damn it.
We got up. We are live, and we got a complete direction. Let's roll.
Excellent. And now, we've called him the real MVP before because he is the most outgoing of the five of us, I believe. He is willing to talk to anyone. Oh, are we getting him? We're giving him the MVP entrance with the TikTok. That's beautiful.
You know?
Google sound effects for the win. But he is the real MVP because he will go up to anybody, WWE legend, diva, Hall of Famer, superstar, with zero apprehension. He's not nervous about it. He's not starstruck. He goes up and says, "Hey, listen, I do a podcast and I want to do an interview. What's your freaking phone number?" And that's how he gets business done. The Laser Stu. How are you, sir? Oh, I love it. I can't hear a word he's saying right now. Can you guys not hear what he's saying right now?
You might want to turn on your volume there, Stu. I think we're having an issue with Stu.
For those of you that can read lips.
Right?
Please tell us what he's saying.
No, I did think it was kind of quiet on his end for a while.
Remember that episode of Scrubs where JD tried to remember what Cox was saying by going up to somebody who knew how to read lips and like repeating what the lip movements were? It's kind of like that. We can try and translate.
No, we still can't hear you, Stu. We might have to come back to Stu.
We're gonna have to come back to Stu. Figure your stuff out there, buddy. Guy, pal, friend. Oh, that's getting me dizzy. All right, we're gonna move on to.
It's the Blair Witch Project.
Oh, we just see his big schnoz.
Big haunting.
All right, the big cheese, El Capitan, oh Captain, my Captain, Steve Areno, making capes.
Easter.
I'm glad we're all old enough to get that.
Very excited. Got the new iPhone.
Ooh, nice.
Isn't that nice?
It's pretty and shiny.
Yes, it is awesome. So, very happy. And Tag Me a Date has a location searching. So we are very excited. This is just the beginning, too. We're going to be adding a filtering, so you'll be able to filter down your search as well. And we're getting more and more every single day. So keep tuning in. And we got more coming. So it's going to continue to get better.
Excellent. That's what I like to hear. Keep getting better and better.
You know.
Excellent.
All right, I just need this. I'm doing some business here. I'm sorry. It is impolite to text while podcasting, but I'm trying to make some money here, so I have to do some business. But we have our right on schedule too, per Ryan's beautiful spreadsheet here. We got through the first 10 minutes, and now we're on to Raw. But do we want to? Did we want to do the Freeman 5 and? Oh no, we're gonna do the Freeman 5 sounder. We're gonna do the Freeman 5 sound effect because we actually have a topic for the Freeman 5 a little bit later. We'll tease you with a little bit of spoiler.
We always do the Freeman 5.
Yeah, you still want to go over? Oh, so the topics we've discussed here, the ones that I have on the spreadsheet, are the ones that are going to be in your 5. Eric, is that
yeah,
correct?
I guess
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. So I can play it twice today. Excellent. I love playing that sound, so we get to play it 2 times.
Well, nobody else is.
Nobody else is excited? I'm excited.
I'm excited.
I'm very excited.
So, once again, our list of the 5 topics each week is curated by one of our resident Jews, Eric Friedman. We call this the Friedman 5.
And you're going to get a 5 count. Do you hear that? You're going to get a 5 count.
3 ain't enough, man. I need 5. Just give me more time to keep your ass alive.
I'm so sad he doesn't use that song anymore. I really liked it.
Well, he will once this New Day thing ends.
Yeah. Maybe they'll do a remix of it. All right, Eric, what do you got? Lay it on me.
Okay, so we have a couple of things from Raw. I guess that could be just the one. We got NXT TakeOver coming up. Couple of news items such as Matt Hardy as the TNA champ, and and impending TNA.
Oh, I'm sorry. I love you, Matt. Please don't listen to this. Oh, I gotta not tweet about this episode. Oh,
there's and all the impending stuff happening in TNA.
That's such a TNA thing to do. God damn it.
One thing that's not on this that we should discuss is the MSG show that happened on Saturday.
I was thinking about it, but I was timing issues. I was thinking NXT or the MSG show, and more permanent stuff will come from NXT than what happened on.
Yeah, I think so too. But I think we could really
squeeze it in.
Oh yeah,
We could talk about it very, very briefly. You know, not much to be said. Otherwise,
not very much.
Otherwise, we do have a topic that we will all discuss later on. This was Stu's brainchild, and we will be talking about everyone's favorite 5 managers.
Or top 5 favorite managers.
Top 5, rather.
Top 5. Your fave 5. It's your fave 5, Eric.
10. I'm a Ty Dillinger fan.
Oh, if we had to do 10, I might have to. We'd get some deep cuts if we had to go to 10. Who would you pull out if you had to go all the way to 10?
Oh man,
I could do it.
Yeah, I could.
I could do it, but you'd get funky ones. I do have some honorable mentions on in my notes. So, but we'll get to that.
I'm doing it.
Who wants to start with Raw? Because I can't. I have no interest in watching Raw anymore. I just don't do it. It doesn't draw me in.
Well, I can take the lead if you would like.
Please.
Raw started off with the Paul Heyman promos, kicking off the road to SL. Obviously, always can be good. Mr. Paul Heyman could sell water to a whale if he wanted to, or ice to an Eskimo.
Paul Heyman gave
a ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves.
His promo was absolutely phenomenal.
Very true.
As always.
Great seeing Brock on Raw.
He's one of the best of all time.
Always great seeing him.
Yeah, Brock on Raw is. I mean that should have drawn people in, right? But he didn't do anything the rest of the night.
He took out Big Show immediately.
Right, but then what did he come? He didn't come back during like.
No, there was nothing. Nothing else with.
There was a football game on, guys. What are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, it's that's what I don't understand. You had him there, and you didn't have him out more. Yeah. I mean, great. He took out Big Show, made Big Show look horrible after he just lost the MSG show, which is just
that he already beat him. What's the use of doing
that?
Right,
there was just no point to it at all.
In a near squash match.
Maybe it was for people who didn't watch Saturday, so they wanted to show them what happened without showing them the actual.
Well, they basically wanted to show that how easy Brock made it look to give him an F5, which he did. I mean, he walked around the ring, bro. Like it's nuts, but it's nothing that we haven't seen a million times over already as well. So it's not, you don't get that wow factor with him doing that to Big Show because you've seen it before.
I saw it 10 years ago, 13 years ago.
Well, right, exactly. And you know what? It was even better than because the fucking ring imploded. And that was awesome.
Yes.
Absolutely awesome.
All right.
I actually thought Raw was pretty decent. I mean, it was nothing to write home about, but it was definitely decent. The opening segment was great because Paul Heyman is gold. And Brock was there, and it was entertaining. There were some spots, there were some moments that were great, like Stephanie McMahon with the New Day backstage was a great segment. Even Stephanie in the ring with the segment with Kane and Rollins. I'm kind of enjoying what they're doing with Kane. I get a kick out of it, and I love the fact that Demon Kane with the mask is back. I don't necessarily think he's beating Seth Rollins for the title, but but I don't know. I've heard quite a different number of things. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But overall, I didn't think Raw was that terrible. I didn't think it was great, but it was good. You got to see, and the whole Dolph Ziggler. What they're gonna probably do this whole Dolph Ziggler, Nikki Bella, John Cena thing, and tie it in with Total Divas and all this shit. It's stupid. That's all I'm gonna say.
Thank you for putting it in very simple terms.
I'm there for you.
You're breaking it down. You're breaking it down.
Wait, there is something I did want to point out, though.
Yeah?
Big ups to the WWE for giving Natty some actual... she had at least a 10 to 12 minute long match, and she actually got over
and the win
on Page. So that's fucking awesome. Good shit to Natty. You don't see her, and all of a sudden she put on a 12-minute match, and I can't tell you one mistake that I saw during that match.
Not unless you were watching an Eva Marie match.
Yeah, giving someone a stinger.
Poor Carmella.
Oh, I heard she was crying in the ring after it happened.
Yeah, there's no crying in wrestling, unless you want a title.
Well, no, I mean Carmella was crying because she thought she was paralyzed.
Oh yeah, no, I know. I'm just making
she got a fucking kick to the head.
She really thought that she was, but you know what though? At the end of the day, like everyone can shit on Eva Marie, but there's probably not many that can say when they first start wrestling, in that stage, like NXT on show, that don't make a mistake. Or, do something where somebody does get a stinger or something like that. Unfortunately, in the wrestling business, these things are going to happen. I will have to say this. She has gotten worlds better.
Telephone.
I disagree.
I think she's gotten a lot better in the ring compared to what she was. That's not saying a lot. And I'm not saying that she's a good wrestler. But I think that you have definitely seen she's made progress with Brian Kendrick.
I'll say she improved, but still has a world to go.
Yeah, but I agree with you. It's very incremental. I'm glad that she. I don't know if she acknowledged it, but somebody acknowledged that she was terrible and sent her somewhere to get better. I've heard some scuttlebutt that she was sent there because she felt that she didn't want to train with the NXT trainees because she was on TV. So she was like, I'm not a trainee, so why am I in the class with the trainees? So they had to set her up with something special. Really? I'm not saying it's true. This is what I've heard.
Because that's kind of shit if that's true.
And
like you're nobody in this business to be making a demand like that. Like
I can somewhat understand where she's coming from. She's already been on TV, and they thrusted her into that spot so she can act completely unprepared.
You know what? I actually am calling bullshit. I don't think the story's real. Because
I don't know.
WWE and somebody listen, she's gorgeous. That's really all she's got going for her. If she's making a demand like that, she's no Mariah fucking Carey. She's getting fired. So I don't know that the WWE would put up with that kind of, bullshit. I don't know. What do you think, Vince?
I think it sounds like something she would say, but I think you're right, Steve, that who would she be to say that?
Right.
I don't want to doubt my source. Not that I have a source. It was just somebody I know who knows somebody who heard whatever. So again, this is like third-hand information, but somebody that I generally, I'll trust what they say. So I'm a coin flip on this one because it absolutely sounds plausible to me. It's like Mythbusters. This isn't Mythbusted or Myth Confirmed. It's like Myth Plausible.
I was only playing devil's advocate because it would make, like you said, it makes sense. But I also blame WWE for throwing her out there so green and expecting a Trish out of her.
I don't know that they were actually expecting a Trish out of her.
You got to think also 2 years ago when they thrust her onto TV for Total Divas, they didn't really care as much about the women's division as they do now.
Oh, I grant that,
but even if she was a good wrestler, she's still awful on the mic, on promos, and her acting ability is awful. And
yeah, but that comes with time.
Right.
I mean, that comes in time.
Talking about time, the Bellas, I can't complain. They are the heels of the company.
They were faces to me on Raw. I don't fucking know. I think we had another
with
switch.
The Bellas.
Yeah, it's like they can't fucking decide if they're going to be heel or face.
Right.
I just hate them all the time, so they're just heels anyway.
Even Stacy, who doesn't even pay all that much attention, even Stacy was like, what, are they face this week? I mean,
And when you're confusing the casual viewer...
True.
Right, like we're talking about this, and we've all been watching wrestling for 20+ years. Somebody who just doesn't really watch as frequently, if they can walk by the TV and make that observation.
Yeah. I'm saying they have the possibility of being good heels. What WWE does with them is a whole nother crapshoot.
I agree with that. I think they definitely can play heel well, because that really has nothing to do with their wrestling. I think they can heel well, but they flip-flop every other week.
That's it comes to that backstage report where Vince sees the women as catty and can turn on each other on a week-to-week basis.
Yeah, but it gets to a point where it's just too much.
Well, and you got to put in this factor too. They were in Boston, Sasha's hometown. Of course, she was going to get the face pop.
Sasha's over no matter where the fuck they are.
That's true.
Sasha is like the Austin of the women's division.
Especially in Boston, though. She puts the boss in Boston.
Yeah,
as she said.
She's awesome. She's awesome.
She's the boss anywhere.
But that's just it. She gets cheered over everybody.
I think here's the problem, though. The problem is that WWE wants to. It's a television show. And they want to have their characters, but they also want to have people that are marketable. But then there's the blurring of the line between reality and whatever, and wrestling and reality shows, and they all kind of blur the line of what's real and what's not. So when they're sending out like the Bella Twins to do news interviews, if they're going to go sit in on the local news to promote a house show, or if they're going to be on the radio to promote something, or they're going out to some awards show and they're there, or they're an anti-bullying thing, they're very marketable. They're pretty girls. They're well-spoken, whatever. They're going to send them to those events. They can't have them be a heel in the way that Roddy Piper would have been a heel, or the way Ric Flair would have been a heel. Right. They just can't, because then then those anti-bullying things look false. How can Nikki Bella or Brie Bella go to an anti-bullying thing and then be bullies on TV? That's the problem. That's the problem with WWE, is they're like, hey guys, this is all a show, but then they're like, yeah, but there's some stuff that's kind of almost real, and then it's not, but it is. But then these guys are married in real life, but we acknowledge it on the show as characters. So they're in this really weird mishmash of reality TV, wrestling, kayfabe, and somewhere in the middle is actual reality, and it doesn't all jive together. That's the problem. They need to pick. If they want to admit it's a TV show, admit it's a TV show, and then when they do TV interviews, it's fine. If you don't want to admit it's a TV show on your show, then have them commit to their fucking characters. Next. Somebody else.
Yep. All right. Well, the main event was supposed to be Dolph Ziggler versus Cena for the U.S. Open Challenge. New Day obviously interfered, took out Ziggler, and we got a Big E Cena U.S. Open Challenge.
And his name is John Cena.
I need to save that clip just for random.
I should put that into my soundboard. Thank you for reminding me. I'm gonna put that in.
I keep falling for those damn things. They got me again recently.
They're so good. But WWE's picked up on it now, so it might not be cool anymore. They've started acknowledging them. Although I saw a great one. I saw a really good one that was SummerSlam, when it was WWE versus Nexus, and they were going to bring out Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
And he goes, I know somebody that hates the Nexus just as much as I do, and his name is John Cena.
That's hilarious.
Oh, it's the only time that John Cena's ever introduced John Cena. So what happened with this main event? How'd it get screwed up, and then what happened?
Well, Ziggler's music hit, New Day came out, Dragon Ziggler out. We get a good match.
So the New Day aren't just like comedy haha guys. It's kind of weird because they carry a trumpet around and do all this goofy bullshit backstage, and now they're like jumping guys and kicking ass. Like, how does that?
Well, they are heel, so.
Right, but like it's funny because they're in like a main event program, so like the comedy stuff is a little. I'm wondering if they're gonna back off or if they're gonna just if they're gonna keep going with it.
The comedy stuff is so over though.
Right. See, that's what I'm saying. So it's. I don't know. It just seems weird to me that guys who are like dunking on somebody with Nerf balls are also like beating the shit out of Dolph Ziggler backstage. It just doesn't. I know they're heels, but it just seems like opposite ideas.
I also wish they would have acknowledged that Big E used to be Dolph's bodyguard.
Are they not acknowledging that?
They didn't say anything.
Well, is there really a need to?
Yeah,
well, it's not really necessary.
Is there any relevance? That's
It's not, but I still enjoy continuity, though.
All right, I'll give you that.
There you go. For the sake of continuity, I see what you're saying.
I'll give you that.
Just to casually mention it. That's all. That's all I asked.
It was cool seeing them lay out the Dudleys, Cena, and Dolph.
Yeah, they laid out everybody.
And it was interesting to see Dolph kick Cena at the end.
Ooh.
Like a miscue and end up hitting Cena. So we might see that at Hell in a Cell.
And maybe that's where
he
will step up as Cena's competition.
Yep, we'll probably see a...
maybe Nikki runs off with Dolph and helps him win.
We'll probably end up seeing Kofi Kingston next week for the U.S. Challenge.
Well,
right, because he fought Xavier, he fought Big E, Kofi's the only one left.
And then while Cena's gone, they can feud with Dolph Ziggler since they already established him taking out by the New Day.
That is so. The New Day stood tall at the end of Raw. This is a New Day.
Yes, it is.
Like, when's the last time you've seen something like that with a heel faction like that? Kind of rising, not out of obscurity, but just rising out of the mid-card. It hasn't really happened in a while.
Not much, but they're looking great.
Here's a question. If Cena's supposed to be, out for after Hell in a Cell, apparently, for the rest of the year.
Is that true? For the rest of the year?
I've heard a couple, few months. There was
the end of December or something.
End of the year. January's around the corner. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw December they pulled off shows through December, so.
I'm thinking, okay, is he gonna lose the U.S. title to someone, or is he gonna vacate it?
Abeyance.
Cena, he's gonna vacate it.
Bring back Abeyance.
Yeah, 10-time champ.
Yeah, for real. That guy's getting up there with Flair and Cena. Oh, that would actually. I don't think it benefits anybody. He's got the whole point of this thing should be, and I know it's not. I know in their dumb brains, they think the point of this is to put Cena over at the end of it. When Cena's at the tail end of his career here, he should be putting somebody over for this title. They want to drag this out. He needs, and I know there's been a build to it, but they really do need somebody now to rise up and take it over. And even if it's a babyface against babyface thing, it can be about respect, whatever. Just put somebody over for once in like 13 fucking years. Just put somebody over.
I think they'll probably move with the Dolph Ziggler, have him take the title, and
then they can go to the Lana.
Right.
Back to the Lana Dolph.
Retread the Lana with
Triangle
since the whole gold,
thing.
which is probably why they brought up the gold. Cena comes back, and that'll probably be around the time for Total Divas, and then you can continue that storyline with also have it on TV with the whole feud over the U.S. title.
I also wouldn't mind if they went out of left field and had Cesaro just come in and put on an awesome match and take the belt.
Talk about somebody that deserves the title.
Yeah.
I heard a rumor that he's in the doghouse, but then again, every time somebody doesn't win on TV, they fucking send out a rumor
there's
they're in the
always
doghouse.
Doghouse.
Why are they claiming he's in the doghouse?
It's something backstage. It's one of those things where like Meltzer will he'll imply that on his podcast, and then somebody will pick it up and be like, "Oh, Dave Meltzer said this," and it's like, nah.
Kind of like how CM Punk was going to be on Raw.
No, that was great. I was looking,
that one Chicago Raw?
I was taking it with a grain of salt, but I would have been really happy if he did actually come out. Although he's injured now, I think he's out 10 months with a shoulder injury.
So Punk?
Yeah,
it's going to postpone his UFC debut.
And he's already old, so like, how many fights you gonna have, brah?
I don't know what he's. I really don't know what he was thinking with going to UFC in the first place, but.
Well, right now, aside from the injury, he was getting paid to essentially do nothing right now except train. He's under contract with him. He gets what?
And go to Blackhawks games.
Right? He doesn't, honestly, the guy doesn't have to do dick the rest of his life. So the fact that he's even in the UFC is amazing. He could go off and just piss around Europe for whatever and do whatever the fuck he wants. But no,
and he also strikes me as someone that was smart with his money, though.
Right? Yeah, that's the thing. He I think he mentioned on that Cole Cabana podcast that he was doing well financially. Like he saved his money and shit. Which save your money, kids.
Also, just married what?
Yeah, you also married a millionaire, right? That's another one. Save your money and marry somebody with money. Those are the two. So what else? Oh, we've got Takeover. We want to go right into Takeover?
We could.
Predictions.
Or do you want to do a quick run on the MSG show?
MSG show. Anybody have any thoughts on that? I didn't watch it because it was a house show to me.
Yeah, I mean Jericho wrestled Owens.
Yeah, that was a great match.
It was also Jericho's 25th anniversary in the business.
Lance Storm was ringside near Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
And so is Don Callis.
Yep.
Yeah, Don. That's a name we haven't heard in a while, right?
Of course, the Cena Rollins match was good as always.
Yeah, but how many times are we gonna see this match now?
Right.
I don't know.
It's like Orton Sheamus all over again.
Honestly, after Brock Big Show, I just thought it was over, so I shut it off and went to sleep.
Oh man. So did you see the statistic that Seth has had 16 singles matches since he won the world title and he's lost 15 of them?
Jeez.
That's hilarious.
The only one that he's won was against Sting.
That's sad.
And he's lost to John Cena like 4 times. So
that number would be wrong since he had won the U.S. title from Cena in a singles match.
And he beat Ambrose in that ladder match too.
Yeah,
that ladder match. That's right. Yeah, there was some, or maybe it was the last like 3 months or something. There was something somebody put something online. I was like 16 or 15.
Well,
the cage match.
Either way, it's probably pretty bad.
If you go on cage match, I was counting it up. No, I was looking the last ones. I think it's the last 16 singles matches he's had.
Oh, right.
15 of them he's lost. That would make more sense.
That makes sense.
But because I was on cage match and I'm looking, I'm like, wait a minute, lost by DQ, whatever, ba.
He's that sneaky heel that somehow sneaks away every time.
It's not interesting to me. This whole Seth Rollins experiment is just, to me, it's not interesting. I like the guy; he wrestles good matches, but to have him and come out and cut the same promo Triple H cut 15 years ago on fucking SmackDown is just absolutely terrible. He's taken the place. He's Triple H now, which Triple H was. If you look at the big three guys, Stone Cold, The Rock, and Triple H was always number 3.
Right.
Seth Rollins, to me,
I would say sometimes he put himself as number 2 when Austin or Rock were out.
Right, when he was
bump for the Austin or Rock.
But I look at, like, honestly, to me, for the Shield, and I know I'm going to sound like a super Marky Mark, but Dean Ambrose is Shield MVP, and then the two guys. Honestly, those other two guys are tied as far as I'm concerned because Reigns has the presence and the size, and he does the fucking Superman punch, and ladies want to like lick his hair and shit. Like he's the total package Lex Luger, except a caramel color. It's awesome. Like he's great for that particular role. And then Seth is like, yes, he's CrossFit Jesus. And he does cool shit, but it's just not that, and that is not enough to carry the show. In my opinion, it just doesn't. It's not strong enough.
Reigns looked really awkward in that breast cancer awareness promo.
I thought he did a good job in that one, actually, especially when he said his thing. I thought he did well.
He just looked out of place. I'm not trying to be a dick to him or anything. He just looked like
how else? He's a fucking 6'6", 300-pound Samoan guy surrounded by pink shit. I'm sure he looked really out of place.
He just felt he just looked like he felt really uncomfortable.
I hope I don't sound like an asshole, but I fast forwarded through that part.
There wasn't much to be had.
You got to think, a lot of people think this whole Susan G. Komen thing is a scam anyway.
Yeah, I'm one
it's
of
not
those.
A scam.
I don't like CM Punk, but I understand the percentage isn't that great to be holding up that organization.
A lot of their resources go towards what they call awareness, rather than going towards research, and that's kind of the big bugaboo with people. Some people feel like the awareness stuff is just as important as the research stuff, and other people don't. I kind of lean towards, if I'm donating to a cancer charity, I want to know that when for every dollar that I give to them, a good portion of it's going to research, because we got to figure out what the fuck this shit is and where to fucking get rid of it. So I kind of lean towards that. But also, I've gone on, there's a thing called Charity Navigator. Look it up. I think it's charitynavigator.org. Put it into Google. The top-rated cancer charity is the Dana-Farber Children's Cancer Research Fund out of Massachusetts, and they got a 5-star rating. To compare, Susan G. Komen has a 2-star rating.
Is that right?
Yeah. 9% of their costs go towards administrative fees, 10% go towards something else, and then like 40% goes towards this, and then like 10 to 20% goes to the research. So like that's what people don't like, is that the proportion they feel should be flipped, like put more towards research and less towards printing stuff with a pink ribbon on it.
Right, I got you.
It's also like the ALS, the Big Ice Challenge. That's why I didn't really back that, was because it was maybe, I heard numbers around 7% were going to research.
Yeah, I just thought that whole thing was just fucking stupid. Yeah, okay, I'm going to give myself pneumonia now.
That too, but you know what I'm saying.
Someone challenged me. I said I kindly decline.
Right? Oh man, I think I got tagged in that and I never did it. I'm sorry.
Oh, I did too, and I just ignored it.
Like I'm glad it raised money. I'm glad, I am glad it raised money, but it's one of those things where it's, what happens now? It's a year later. People tried to do it again this year, and people are like, "Nah, I'm over it." And that's just the cycle of, a thing becomes a cause.
Funny thing about this whole Susan G. Komen thing is someone tweeted at Paige saying something like, you're wearing pink and it doesn't match your gothic outfit, and I'm like, she's like, it's for a charity. Hello.
Yeah, that's great. All right, let's kick it over to NXT.
Yeah, because that's important.
Get away from he said, she said, and percentages of donations.
He said, she said. No.
All right. Kicking off the Dusty Rhodes finals, we got Finn Balor and Samoa Joe versus the Mechanics, consisting of Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder.
Now, what makes these guys mechanics?
We're going back.
They're supposed to be like
ring mechanics.
Vaughn and Tully in the ring, like.
They're very technical. I get.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Does anyone see Finn Balor or Samoa Joe dropping here?
No, I think they're losing in the finals to when Joe turns on Finn.
Yeah. Or they could take. I could somewhat see them taking it in.
I'm leaning towards Balor Club. I'm leaning towards heel turn for both of them, and they start a faction. They win the tournament. All right, here we go. They win the tournament, and when Cody and Dustin come out and give them the shit, they attack them. Boom. Wow. Heel faction.
That's awesome. I didn't even think of that shit. Good job, Vince.
Because I don't know if you noticed, they changed Finn Balor's music at the beginning. The beginning, when he's the demon, the sound effects and all the shit that they had at the beginning.
Plus he's coming out with the leather jacket.
Right. Now that he's coming out with the leather jacket and he has the Balor Club shirt on, and the Titantron even says Balor Club on it when he comes out.
He only does the full face paint for big NXT, so
I feel like it's the heel leather jacket because he's doing all these like flashy like he's posing like Alex Wright back in the night.
It would make sense to change it up to have it a bigger entrance without doing the face paint.
Right.
I am hearing, however, that due to Cena's absence for an extended period, that he is one of the names that they are considering bringing up sooner than later. So that you have to consider as well. I don't know what the time frame of that's going to be.
You could see Joe turning heel with that and to take the NXT title off.
That was my original thought, where it's going to lead to a program between the two where Joe will take the belt.
I was kind of thinking they'd win it and then have the feud start with, well, I won it. It was on my back.
Right.
And then,
It depends what direction they want to go and if they're bringing anybody up and when they're bringing anybody up. I feel like both of them are probably ready for the main roster. The only thing that is holding back Finn is I feel like he's a little small. And I feel the same way about Neville, and I love Neville. I just feel like both of them are a little small.
Finn Balor has more of a presentation than Finn.
Like
Neville. He has he can cut a better promo than Neville.
Well, Neville's got that accent that's a handicap right there.
Oh yeah. All right. Next we got Apollo Crews and Tyler Breeze. Anyone see Tyler Breeze even having a shot? No offense, Crews. He looks great.
He's awesome. I think he's going to be somebody.
He's going to be huge, but he's not.
Absolutely. He's
not winning this match.
I could see him being the first black WWE champion.
If you haven't seen it, look up Uhaa Nation versus Low Ki, and it's amazing. It's the first time anybody saw him, and he came out and everybody thought he was just going to job out to Low Ki, and he kicked the shit out of him, and it was great. So anyway, that was that. You should look it up. But absolutely, I think Apollo, and I'm not going to call him Terry, although I kind of want to. Apollo Crews is gonna be what they call kind of a big deal.
But they're taking the nation thing and they're calling it the Apollo Nation now, which is kind of. I'm glad they're referencing something.
Yeah, it's nice. It was cool seeing do the name change.
He was one of the ones I was really excited to come up.
Speaking of name change, we got Dana Brooke and Oksana. Her debut on the main NXT.
Really? Wait a minute. Let me go.
Wait, who?
Asuka.
I'm sorry.
Asuka.
No, I said, you said Oksana, and I was like,
I am terrible with Japanese names.
Apparently, it's pronounced Asuka.
Sorry,
when I hear that, I think Asuka the Grouch. You know.
Yeah, I
get
apologize. I'm terrible with.
Yeah, it's not Asuka. You're right.
Don't you wanna with Oksana?
I am terrible with Japanese
She was
names.
awful. But this chick. Oh my God, I'm very excited.
He's very excited.
Awesome.
Do
She's
Asian
awesome.
girls get you excited, Eric?
It's cool because from what I
In more
heard,
ways than one.
I know absolutely nothing about this shit.
I heard she's
Same here.
taking Eva Marie's spot with the women's title.
Please, oh please.
And that leads us to our main event: Bayley versus Sasha Banks.
Iron
That match is gonna be
Iron Woman.
amazing. Bayley's gonna win. Bayley's gonna win, but it's gonna be
Easily. But they got a couple weeks now to practice this match, get it perfectly ironed out. They're gonna tear the house down.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm excited. That's going to be an amazing match to watch. And good for Bayley, too. I'm happy for her. She deserves her
she's
spot.
great. She's the next Make-A-Wish John Cena for the main roster.
Now,
And
I
this
saw
all-
a discussion. Go ahead, Eric.
I was going to say, this all ties in. I don't know if anyone saw last night's network special right after Raw. It was the 24 where they're talking about NXT.
Oh, no, I
And
didn't see
Bayley and Sasha Banks was like a big, and the divas in NXT were a big part of that.
Yeah, I want to see that. I haven't seen that yet.
It was fantastic.
I have that queued up on my Xbox right now, actually.
Nice.
If we're going to get into the manager thing, we might want to get into
Yeah,
that.
let's get into that now. I saw a discussion online, real briefly, about the Iron Woman match. They were all trying to guess how many falls the match would have if they were going to do the. You think 3? They were looking. People were thinking that maybe they would go the Bret Hart HBK route.
Just
0-0 overtime.
I don't
dig that. I didn't like that. I didn't like that anyway. I think Iron Man matches, somebody has to be behind and catch up and do that dramatic whatever the hell.
Intentionally get themselves DQ'd and then get the win
Right.
back.
Yeah, stuff like that. You know, that's why I like Iron Man matches. So that's why I
don't know. I enjoyed that HBK Bret Hart.
But it could have used a couple falls.
It fell right into that story they were Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels were telling, though.
That one couldn't best.
Yeah, until the end, and with Bret walking out as he did.
Walking out. I don't know.
Michaels told him to get the fuck out of my ring after he won the title.
From what they said, there was no heat between them there, and they sold it perfectly like they hated each other.
There was no heat, I promise. I gave that match a 4 out of 10. No.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Let's get into this thing. Guess what?
And you're gonna get a 5 count. Do you hear that? You're gonna get a 5 count.
3 ain't enough, man. I need 5.
Ha! We get to play it again. We have a very special. I don't know if we call it the Friedman 5, but we'll call it Friedman 5-2 Electric Boogaloo. We each have a top 5 list, and I think that this week, I guess we'll have everybody read off. Like we'll just go one by one. Everybody read off their 5. We picked, I guess, per Stu. Stu is looking so sad into the camera because he thinks his microphone is broken. He's just shaking his head. He looks so sad. Anyway, I'm sorry to laugh at your pain, Stu, but hey, buddy. So we're gonna go over. It was his idea, and he can't even contribute. But
you know what he can do? He can text one of us his list.
He'll type it in. Type it in. We'll read it out. Oh, we can hear you now.
Fucking earbuds.
We need your input.
It's about time you finally joined us. 10 minutes left.
Oh my God. Okay, so we each picked our top 5 managers personal favorites managers. I picked 5, and then I had a couple others that made a short list of honorable mentions because I felt like they didn't quite meet the criteria of top 5, but I still wanted to give them recognition. But let's see. Who would like to go first with their top 5 list of their top 5 favorite managers?
I'll kick it off.
All right.
Obviously, Paul Heyman, Paul Bearer.
Wait. Is Paul Heyman the number 1?
I'd go Paul.
Is it just random order?
I don't know. I would kind of put those right one in. You could make a case for either one of them.
Okay.
Jimmy Hart, Mouth to the South.
Oh, there you go.
That's 3. Let's go China.
China. Ooh, deep cut. I like that.
And Michael Hayes with the Hardys. But I'm a huge Hardys fan.
Doc Hendricks. Yeah.
And honorable mention, Xavier Woods. And actually, can I cancel my... let's take out Michael Hayes. $1 million man, Ted DiBiase. With his... I forgot that he good manager for a while there.
$1 Million Corporation.
Yeah.
$1 Million Corp.
He's one of mine, actually. Yeah.
Nice.
Huge $1 million dream guy.
That was kind of neat. Like that was right in the middle of that like post Hulkamania, even though Hulk comes back for a little while era, where some stuff just was like they were stuck in the '80s, but then they were trying to be new generation. But
the Tatanka heel turn, remember
right? Tatanka Buffalo.
Probably would have been more successful if Luger was the one that turned, but still, it was unexpected.
Right.
Like I was shocked.
Buying off Andre the Giant to win the WWE title.
That was I love that.
That was genius. Who wants to go next?
I'll take a stab.
Go for it.
I'm gonna go with Jim Cornette.
Nice.
Midnight Express. Really anybody like Camp. I like the whole Camp Cornette thing, as cheesy as it was with Owen Bulldog and Vader. But obviously his work with the Midnights is fantastic. The Heavenly Bodies. Love that stuff. Jimmy Hart is definitely one of them. I'd go with J.J. Dillon for the Horsemen.
Nice.
Paul Heyman, definitely. And my number 1, by far, is Bobby the Brain Heenan. Love the Heenan family. Everything the Brain did was awesome. And God bless him. He's still going. I feel so terrible, but he's amazing.
Yeah. He looks horrible. I feel terrible.
But he's in really good spirits. At least the one I met him in 2013, and he was still. I mean, he was joking. He can kind of talk, so you can understand him if
he's still witty.
Close. Yeah, he's still sharp.
That's awesome.
Mind has not failed him, at least yet.
But Bobby the Brain was just magnificent.
Oh yeah.
All right, so
I'll go next.
All right, Steve, go ahead.
All right, so my number 1 is with Eric. It's got to be Bobby the Brain Heenan. Number 2 would be Paul Heyman. Number 3 would be, you guys are. I also had Jimmy Hart. I would put him number 3. Number 4, I would put $1 Million Man, and my 5th, you guys are not going to believe this, but my number 5, Sonny. Sonny back in the day was a great manager.
And for just $7.99 a minute.
Well, she had him jailed because she got arrested again.
Sonny will put anybody over for $7.99 a minute.
But yeah, so that's my 5.
Well, I mean, Steve's got a good point. She carried the whole tag team division in '96.
Yeah. Very true.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, she was the most downloaded woman on the internet. You can't fake that stuff. It happened. AOL reported on it. They were the ones tracking the statistics.
Her and Cindy Margolis.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my God. That's the first time I've heard the name Cindy Margolis in probably 15 years. What has she been up to? Holy shit.
And the last time you'll hear it in another 15 years.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, we're probably the only people that have even thought of her at this point.
Yeah.
I had Heyman,
USA's up all night.
I had Bear so high because he made up.
Now, Stu, can you talk? Sir? I noticed something. Can I make it? I was going to say you have the mute on.
I can talk. We have a big-ass bird here, and he's a pain in the ass.
That's random.
Why is that random?
Does it talk or does it just squawk? Does it say shit? We're here. We're here.
No driver.
He says hi and fuck you, and he squawks.
That's amazing.
So I've been on mute because I don't need you guys to hear him.
Fuck you. Oh my God! What?
Well, we would like to hear your top 5, dude.
Yeah, what's your 5?
Yeah, what's your 5?
I'm ready. My number 5 is going to be the sensational one, Sherry Martel.
Ooh.
Sherry's a good one.
Number 4 is the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart.
Okay.
Number 3 is J.J. Dillon. Number 2 is Paul Heyman. And number 1, Bobby the Brain.
All right.
A lot of the same.
Yeah, and mine is going to retread just a little bit, but my number 5 is different. Actually, no, 2 of mine are different. My number 5, and this is another deep one up there with China. Armando Alejandro Estrada.
Good call. He was
solid. Bulldozer. Right? The Samoan bulldozer. I loved that with him and Umaga against Flair, and then him and Umaga with the whole Bobby Lashley spearing. Yeah. Oh man, that was him and Umaga were an unstoppable pair. One's dead and one owns a restaurant now. I think that's all he does. I think he still works in the Indies too. My number 4 is Sherry. My number 3 is the Sinister Minister, Jim Mitchell.
Oh, nice. That's a good call.
Because one of my favorite promos of all time is something TNA called Breakfast with the Devil, and it was
I remember
that segment. It was filmed in a restaurant between Sting and Jim Mitchell. Sting didn't have his makeup on. He didn't have his getup on. They showed up in like street clothes and just sat at a table and talked about Abyss. And that was when they finally revealed the whole deal about Abyss, shooting his father or whatever the hell it was that sent him away to the insane asylum. So like it was a landmark promo for TNA because TNA really doesn't have many landmark promos, and it's really, really, really good. So if you haven't seen it, and he was part of the funeral, that TNA funeral for Team 3D.
Yes,
also fantastic. So that was number 3. Number 2 is Heyman. I almost want to split up Heyman and be like, Heyman could be like 2 guys, like 92 Heyman, and then actually he could be a couple, because like
Dangerous Alliance Heyman.
Yeah, because there's Dangerous Alliance Heyman, then there's the first Brock Lesnar run, which was fucking awesome, with that Hell in a Cell match with him and The Undertaker, and then you've got this era, which is just a whole other level. And then number 1's Bobby the Brain Heyman. And if anybody questions me, you watch the 1992 Royal Rumble, and then you understand.
Yes.
All you need to see. It's not fair to Flair. My short list of honorable mentions includes Miss Elizabeth because she was not managery enough. Lana because she hasn't had enough time in the business. Prince Nana because he's in Ring of Honor, and if he broke out into the mainstream, he would probably be in my top 5, but they never broke out, which is a shame because he's really good. And Sonny Ono. Sonny Ono was not good enough to be in my top 5, but I still wanted to recognize that when he brought that little disposable camera with him and would snap pictures and pictures, oh my God.
You know who else you just reminded me, you know who else deserves an honorable mention? Mr. Fuji.
Mr. Fuji! How did we forget Mr. Fuji?
How did not one of us mention Mr. Fuji?
That's a travesty. We should all be ashamed.
And Slick as well.
Mm.
He's a giant soul bro.
The original
Mr.
Doctor
Fuji
of Soul.
will investigate.
I love that song. Giant soul bro.
Oh, this is wonderful. This might be the place to stop the show.
Yeah. Before we get too off the rails.
We made it. Oh, did we talk about this at all? TNA being TNA. Matt Hardy relinquished the TNA title after having it for 2 days. You're a jerk.
I don't even think it was 2 days.
It just
like a
shows
day
how
and-
bad TNA is, and TNA's. I mean, even this big announcement about India. Your
Who is
announcement should have been
You
this
like
is the
TNA.
end of TNA.
I have a question.
Wrestling much good.
Who was their third person they were taunting for their announce team?
Who cares?
Oh, he explained it on Twitter as it being his character Little Pope from his YouTube series.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
But it was that's how he explained it, and then somebody said, "Oh no, there was somebody that was supposed to go, but they backed out at the last minute." Who cares?
I completely missed that part of the pay-per-view, and
Did you buy the pay-per-view? Okay, God.
I
Oh,
almost did just to try and keep them alive.
you're $30.
Hey.
They could make the commercial like the starving children one.
30, bro. I think it was 50.
Will you ring now?
Yeah, I remember when TNA pay-per-views were like $34.99, and that was when WWE pay-per-views were like still $45 or something, and it was great because TNA. I liked TNA's product better at that point.
Their pay-per-views in circa 2005-06 were awesome.
Yeah.
Just shove out Sarah McLachlan and will you remember me?
With sad puppies and kittens.
Yep.
You just see like Sonata holding out his hand and somebody pouring rice into it.
Oh, my Lord.
Do you have money to feed this TNA superstar? Will you remember me?
Oh, man.
Oh wow! I am never gonna work in wrestling again. Ah.
Well, no one's going to work in TNA again, so.
Zing! Oh, no respect.
I took my wife to a dog show. She won.
And on that note,
Yes. Does anybody have any last-minute plugs they want to get in? Oh, Northeast Wrestling has a show on Saturday. You should all go. It's in Bethany, Connecticut. I know a lot of you are out of state. I'm saying this to the general populace. Everybody should go. Or October 10th, Bethany, Connecticut, 7 p.m., northeastwrestling.com. There we go.
send our best to everybody. I wish we could come, but
No,
I won't even get out of work early enough.
Right. Oh, and I'm working the first ever my first ever festival as with my new company Waffle Works, selling waffles on a stick with various toppings. Like,
Nice.
so I'm making like regular waffles and then like chocolate chip waffles, shit like the red velvet waffles, and then doing
You
different
had me at
toppings.
waffles.
What?
You had me at waffles.
Right? See, and waffles are the best. So like I'm hoping it takes off. So I have to work double duty on Saturday, doing the fair and then going right over to the wrestling show. Anybody else? Bless you. Anybody else got any plugs they want to get in before we close out tonight?
Tag Me a Date. I will be representing Tag Me a Date at WrestleCade this year. Come see us. Come see all the great superstars. It's going to be awesome. Once again, Tag Me a Date. Join for free. Location searches around. And if you're ready, willing, and Gable, join in. I just had to throw in because I love Chad Gable.
Yes.
I think that's hysterical. I want one of those towels. And Steve, I was reading the big event. Now, are you going to talk to Russo about some stuff?
You already know.
Well,
In the works. I won't be at the show myself, but I have. It's going to be taken care of.
Yeah,
and
you're gonna talk to Vic Venom.
I'm.
Bro.
Yeah, we got some things in the works.
Nice.
That's
We got
awesome.
some things in the works.
Oh
Very
man.
cool.
He's insane, you know.
Yeah, he's nuts. Absolutely nuts.
I watched like 30 seconds of his podcast, and I got the gist. I'm like, oh, this man's lost his mind.
He's a little nuts.
Excellent. Well, hopefully soon we get to have a conversation with him. We can discuss exactly what point. I'm betting here's what probably caused him to snap. That one time that WCW hired him, then sent him home with pay, then brought him back and had him work with Bischoff, and then sent him home, and then brought him back again, and then that was probably what did it. All the travel and the jet lag. And
that would fuck anybody up.
Oh yeah, he's probably fried.
Yeah.
Fried. Well, this has been another rousing edition of the We'll Never Get Booked Again podcast. I mean, the War Report, brought to you by TagMeADate.com, where your first 30 days are free. Location searching is live. The site has been redesigned. It's nice and shiny. Looks like a locker room. Find your tag team partner of love. Or, screw it, just find some girl to hang out with on the weekends. I don't know. I don't know what your life is. You can make your own decisions. You're an adult. But go to TagMeADate.com and find a match. I'm going to play a commercial now. See you all next week on YouTube. Search for Tag Me a Date in the bar. You will see us live.
Kill it. Guys, it's finally here. Our first ever online dating service for wrestling fans. My name is Hartzell. I'm a radio DJ here in Kansas City, Missouri. But hey, don't take my word for it. Sign up today. TagMeADate.com. Your first month's free. Why not give it a shot? TagMeADate.com.